Hey guys, my name is Rihanna and you're here today because you are curious about the 21 Day Fix program. So I'm here to talk a little bit about the eating plan and what it is that you can eat on this program. A lot of people think it's a diet or that you have to calorie count or there's a lot of restrictions, but none of those are actually true. If you can see here, this is just kind of my groceries for the week, and that's plenty of food. I'm not starving by any means. But to get started, I wanted to introduce you to your eating plan guide. This came with your program. This is one of the most important tools that you'll need in order to get ready for your nutrition. This will tell you everything you need to know from where to start, what goes in each container, and how many containers you'll be allowed to have each day. So you'll need to go to the Get Started portion of your program. This is going to do your calorie target calculation. So this is based off of your weight and your activity level, things like that, and it comes up with a number that gives you an ideal bracket that you would fall into, which gives you a calorie range that you'll most likely be consuming based on the amount of portion containers that you eat throughout the day. So like for me, when I plug in my numbers, I end up with bracket A, or the first bracket, which is the 12 to 1500 calorie range. Now, I'm not counting any of those calories, but that's just an estimate for what I will be consuming based on the amount of containers that I can use. For that bracket, for example, I'm allowed to have 3 veggie containers, 2 purple containers, 4 red containers, 2 yellow containers, and 1 blue and 1 orange container. Now, if you're not familiar with the containers, each one of those represents a different food group. You also should have gotten these nice little laminated labels for each container that go over what each one is for. So green is veggies, red is protein, purple is fruit, yellow is carbohydrates, blue is healthy fats, and orange is going to be your seeds or your dressings. So I just want to get started with, if you take a look at what I have laid out here, this is about what we consume in a week. We're a family of 3. It's me, my husband, and then our 15-month-old son. And we spend an average of maybe $75 to $150 a week. It just depends on what we buy. But these are pretty much staples. This isn't everything that we bought, but these are something I use almost every day. So I'd like to start over here with the protein category. I have my Shakeology every day. It's the easiest meal I can get in the day. It's the healthiest meal, and it only takes me about 30 seconds to make. It counts for a protein serving. Greek yogurt is another one of my favorites. I use this for a mid-morning snack or an afternoon snack with some fruit, so that's a nice protein. We also enjoy ground turkey, lean grass-fed beef, chicken breasts, and eggs are pretty much our protein sources. For the veggie category over here, I only have a few things laid out because we're not huge veggie consumers. I sneak veggies in wherever I can, especially in my shakes. So for instance, with my Shakeology in the morning, I throw in a green container's worth of spinach, and bam, I have one of my greens out of the way. So I only have 2 more to go. I'm also a big salad eater. That's an easy way to get in your green servings for the day. So we do a lot of spinach and a lot of baby spring mix. We also buy a lot of frozen vegetables and fruits. Even though that's a little bit pricier, we end up saving more because we don't waste as much. We just weren't eating our fruits and veggies fast enough before they would go bad, so we tend to buy more frozen than we do fresh. We also have some tomatoes and then some mixed veggies. For the fruit here, we just go for a variety, whatever looks the best in the store: apples, oranges, bananas, and then once again, frozen fruit is great for smoothies because it's frozen, so it's cold. So instead of adding ice and watering down your shake in the morning, the frozen fruit gives it a different texture, and it also keeps it cold. For the yellow container, or your carbohydrate container, we use, for making pasta, we do whole grain pasta. or whole wheat spaghetti. We also have, we do a lot of soup, so we do black beans, pinto beans, and kidney beans. Big taco lovers in this family, so we do corn tortillas. I have steel cut oats here as one of the regular, and we also do sweet potatoes and some brown rice. This category over here is going to be for your healthy fats. These are going to be for your cheeses. So I like feta cheese, and I also do like a sharp light cheese here, shredded. And that's going to be something that goes in your blue container. Some nice little free seasonings over here. Frank's Red Hot Sauce is kind of one of our favorites. And then I don't have any dressings pre-made, but your eating guide will come with recipes for homemade dressings, like balsamic vinaigrettes is one of the staples that I use. It's really easy, and that little container, even though it's only about 2 tablespoons worth, adds up to a lot and goes a long way on a salad. You also are allotted 2 teaspoons worth on that bracket plan, which I use for peanut butter, and I use that in my oatmeal for a mid-morning snack or a breakfast. You'll also see a bottle of wine here, and that's because with the 21-day fix you are allotted some alcohol with the program. Now you do have to substitute out 3 of your yellow containers. You're allotted 3 of these containers a week to substitute with a glass of wine. So a yellow container is about 1/2 cup, which is about 4 ounces, which is going to be a serving of wine. So instead of, for me, if I had 2 servings of carbohydrates a day, so 2 yellow containers, I would take 1 out for that day if I planned on having a glass of wine at dinner, and then you're allowed to have that in. So you're not adding any more containers, you're just substituting your brown rice or your sweet potato for the night out for a glass of wine. And you can do that 3 times a week. There also are recipes for treats, chocolate and things like that in the 21-day fix. And they also talk about how to work in your cheat meal, which it isn't really a cheat meal. You just portion out differently and use the containers appropriately so that you can fit it in to your meal plan in your bracket. So I just wanted to kind of let you guys see this and know that it's not a starvation diet. We're not trying to deprive you of any one food group. It's all about portion control. One of the most common questions that I get with these containers is everybody says there's not enough containers that come with the program. And the purpose for that is they're not meant to be for food storage. They're actually meant to be for measuring. So if you take a look at your green and your purple container, these are the same size and they are equivalent to 1 measuring cup. So let's say you lost your containers or they're dirty and you don't feel like washing them. You have your measuring cups available. Everybody has them in their kitchen. Each one of these is 1 cup's worth. Your red container or your protein container is equivalent to 3/4 of a cup. Your yellow or your carbohydrate is equivalent to 1/2 cup. Your healthy fats is equivalent to 1/4 cup. And the raw seeds in the dressing is about 2 tablespoons worth. So even if you don't have your containers, you really have all the tools that you need to use the portion control system. These just make it a little bit easier. So try not to think of them as food storage, but think of them as measuring tools. I hope this helped kind of explain the eating plan of the 21-day fix. Please let us know if you have any questions. We'd be more than happy to answer them for you. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.